So let's get started. So the definition for ecology is the study of the relationships among organisms and the environment. So organism can be maybe this elephant here, and then it can interact with the tree. It can interact with the other organisms here. So that would be the environment. So it's gonna be interacting with the so the environment, I want to say more like weather. So they are biotic and abiotic factors. So I'm going to define those for you. So it's a relationship among organisms and the environment. So that's what you want to remember. Here is this population. So this chart here is showing you the organism, which is this tree here. And then a population is a group of organisms. So there can be a population of, this is an acacia tree. This is one acacia tree, that's an organism. And a group of these acacia trees are going to make population. Now you can have acacia trees in Africa, and you can have them in South America. Maybe there is a group of acacia trees in South America, and then there's one in Africa. They can be the same species, but because they're not found in the same area, they're still different populations. So they're still considered different populations. And then a community is all populations in the same region. There is a population of these trees here. There can be population of these elephants there. That would make a community. So all populations in one area. And then if we were to use example of humans for the population, you can think about North Korea. It's kind of cut off. Also maybe Cuba. So they can't interbreed. North Korea people cannot interbreed with the world outside. So technically they would be a different population, even though we're the same species, but they're different populations because they don't have any interaction with the outer world. So that would be example for the humans. So again, community, different species, populations living in the same place. So if you think about yourself, there's bacteria living on your body. And that bacteria can be E. coli, can be staph epidermidis, or living on your skin. That's making, so your body's an ecosystem. So that's an ecosystem there. It's community of all these species. And then ecosystem is living and non-living. So if you think about the non-living part, so these are just the definitions. Let me show you this first. So the non-living is biotic. Bio means living. And when you take the letter A and put it in front of something, it means the opposite. Abiotic would be non-living environment. So biotic is living, abiotic is non-living. And non-living can be moisture, it can be temperature, it can be space, maybe fertilizer in the soil, oxygen. So those are non-living parts. So going back, I defined the population here. Population consists of interbreeding organisms of one species occupying the same area. This is very important, same area at the same time. Because if they're in different areas, they can't really interbreed. So they would be considered different populations. Then the definition of community includes all populations. They represent different multiple species. So species of the elephant, species of the trees, maybe there's another species of the bacteria there in the same region. And then ecosystem here is going to have living and non-living. So living can be elephants, the trees, the grass there. And then non-living is maybe how this tree is going to interact with these rocks. How much moisture is there, if it's going to be really hot or it's going to be really cold. So to be an ecologist, they study weather, they study disease, and they consider everything, and then they see how that's changing the population. That'd be ecologist job. And then the last thing we have is biosphere. We have only one sample size for this. That's our planet Earth. So it's all parts of the planet where life exists. It considers non-living, living, all different parts. It's the global ecosystem. So we have only one sample size of this for now. Maybe we'll have another one in the future. Maybe once, they find another planet that's Earth-like. But for now, we have only one sample size of biosphere. So those were the definitions. So today we're going to focus on this part, population. Next chapter is community and ecosystem, chapter 19. We might not have time for chapter 20, which is biosphere. Okay, there's a question for you guys. So Taylor wants to know how herbivores of different sizes affect the types of plants found in certain area. What sort of ecologist is Taylor?